Yay! Get rid of
all
that.
hail the orb!
There we go. All hail the orb.
All hail the orb in all its glory. And that's the last time we'll be seeing it today.
Apart from behind you.
Apart from behind me. Yes. Hello!
Hello!
Welcome! What? Am I not loud enough?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I don't know. Tell us if the audio is a bit too loud or not quite loud enough.
Okay. Yeah, let us know in the chat, guys, if it's a bit too loud. But hello, everyone. Welcome to the Snowflake Show, Season 3, Episode 3, guys.
3.
I am... 3 of Season 3, Episode 3. Oh, God.
Oh, Marcus finished. Sorry, go on. Episode 3, go on. Sorry.
Ruining the intro.
Sorry, I'll just talk over the top of you. That's all right.
Yeah, just cut me off this one. Must be those damn UFOs getting to us, man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's what it is, guys. That's what it is. I'm your co-host, Reganelite, alongside...
I'm Lee Corn. Sorry, a software update just popped right up in front of me saying, do you want to update your software? No, leave me alone. I'm Lee Corn, not Lee Corn.
Not Lee
Corn!
That's what the aliens are saying, guys. And over the next hour or so, we're going to give you the latest news, views, and we've got some great, funny stuff here to laugh about as well later on. We're really looking forward to talking about as well, aren't we, Lee?
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Conservator says episode 3. Yes, it's a completely free episode.
Yeah, it is. It's free. We're not charging you anything. I mean, but if you want to contribute to something, you can contribute to my Patreon, or you can contribute to Marcus's Patreon, or buy him a coffee. You know, if you guys feel like that, there's no super chats there. Unfortunately, guys, we don't have the subscriber account. But if you want to subscribe, you can do if you really want to. But who else we got in the chat today, Lee?
So we've got Pedulous. Pedulous is first on, apart from us. Good evening. I'll let Marcus know you'll be online as well tonight, and then see how long he'll do his show. Yeah, he started his stream. And he's like a 30-minute stream, and it was like, yeah, that's a Marcus 30-minute though, isn't it? Mm-hmm. So Reganelite says, good evening all. I don't know who he is. I was like a right spanner. Considers Sinead O'Connor sadly passed away. That's true. Yes, she has, 56. Yeah. I saw that just before we came on live. Ben Shaw's here. Evening, everyone. Hi, Ben. Jatty Rat is here. Good evening, folks.
Some guy called the Snowflake Show saying evening all as well.
Fearless Wolf. Hey, all. Hope everyone slept well from last night. Lol. What happened last night?
He's talking about me because I missed the Max's live stream.
Oh, right.
When I went into the after chat on the Discord, he's like, "Yeah, I'm really sorry." I was like, "It's like it's all right. We'll forgive you."
Well, mind you, he's one of Max's chats. They can go on till early in the morning, I should say, or late in the morning.
I wasn't up for an all-night.
Daily Blaze is here. Hi, Darren. Good evening, all. Hope everyone is well. Hope you're doing well as well, Darren. You and your family. 91 Leeds says hello, Regan, Lee, and all. Hi, 91 Leeds. Left about here. Hello, evening, people. Hi, left about. Hope you're doing well. And number 3 says hello, and Zhao says hello. Oh, we got more.
Zhao, good to see you. Duke is there.
He's here. Oh, sorry. Alistair's here. Hi, all, and some of you again. Do you want to carry on? Duke's here. Sorry, I thought you were carrying on.
Oh, Simon, no, sorry. Was I cutting you off? Go on.
Larry the Cat's here. All hail and click the like. Yes, all hail the orb and click the like. Alistair Kerr says software update. Grr. Yeah. Simon says 51. Hi. Evening, the rest at Marcus. Yeah. And I think someone said that Marcus timed finishing his show exactly perfectly for our show to start, so that was good. I think we covered everybody. Top Smoke.
I did particularly jump in these live streams like 2 minutes before we went on, saying that, shouting love to the family. I'm sure people were like, "Hey, wait, what?"
Top Smoke's here. And have I missed anybody? I don't think I missed anybody else.
And All Shorts just dropped in the chat saying, "Hiya!"
Hi, Marcus. How are you doing?
Good to see you guys. Hope everyone's well. Hope you're having a good week so far. We've got a lot to cover, and we've got a lot of banter to get into as well.
Yeah.
But in actual fact, it's actually been a really quiet week. Nothing happening. Nothing to do with aliens.
Nothing much. Nothing much at all.
Nothing about a certain guy who had milkshake once thrown at him.
Yeah.
Nothing about some young woman that got into the House of Lords. Nothing at all going on at all.
Oh yeah. Nobody knows who she's related to. That one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Shall we get into it then?
Probably slept with somebody allegedly, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe, or the son of somebody. I don't. Daughter of somebody. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, shall we jump into it?
News.
Oh, that one I wanted. There we go.
Oh God, this guy. We talked about him last week, and I've covered 1 or 2 stories on my videos. I have been requested to cover another article of it, which I will try to do at some point. No promises, guys, but this one just dropped only I think about half an hour or so ago on Twitter from Hardy Rick. What's her name?
Is it Hardeep?
Yeah, Hardeep. That's it. She
Yeah.
posted it on Twitter before it became available on Byline Times. But Dan Wootton paid porn stars with the Sun's Depp money for COVID catfish sex video. It is the 4th part of the 3-year special investigation. Byline Times revealed how the GB News presenter and male online columnist used News UK cash to pay male audit actors to secretly film themselves having sex with men he has targeted on Facebook. Just going to stress allegations as well, because nothing's been confirmed as well. I think we should just say that just to cover ourselves. It's just as some of the graphics of this article is quite distressing. Yeah, let's just read. We're not going to read all of it, obviously. We're going to read some of it and give our thoughts as we go along. So, GB News presenter Dan Wootton paid adult film stars to meet gay men he had catfished in order to secretly record them having sex. Byline Times can reveal. Wootton rented the Facebook profiles of at least 3 different male porn performers for up to £500 a time before posing them as them and tricking his targets into meeting to be covertly filmed with cameras he supplied. At least one of these meetings took place in a hotel paid for by Rupert Murdoch's The Sun newspaper, of which Wootton was associate editor at the time. The journalist also charged a £1,500 porn star fee for the private work to his then employers News UK, disguised as payment to a content for a front page story about Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. So there's a part of the email there, a bit of an email.
Sorry.
If you just or if you've gone too far, maybe it might not be showing because of the cookies. Actually, maybe that's probably why. But basically, it just says confirming that he needs to put down. It says here, not revealing all the names and that. It says, "Hi, I need blank to set up as a new payee, please. He needs to put down for 1,500 urgently on the Amber Heard splash from last week. Thanks, Dan." That was on the 10th of June, 2016. That was. The newspaper has interviewed 2 of the adult performers involved and has evidence from another man also paid by Wootton to make secret sex tapes for him. Byline Times can also identify 2 of the victims of Wootton's catfishing conspiracy, which he separated the use of his pseudonyms.
Yeah.
Martin Branning and Maria Joseph to trick scores of other male victims into revealing compromising sexual material.
We've lost. We lost a connection then, I think. I don't know if it was you on my end, but go on, carry on. So you for legal.
Jack, just let us know if there's any drops on your end, guys.
Yeah.
However, it can be confirmed that two have given information to the police about their experiences of Wootton between 2009 and 2016, during which time he worked successfully for the now defunct News of the World, the Daily Mail, and the Sun. Do we really need to cover any more, guys?
Dan, one of the male porn stars says Dan used to pay us anywhere between £300 and £500 to use our Facebooks. I didn't know these people he was messaging. It was all males. He was messaging as me, basically. I know he was using the Facebook for 2 other adult entertainers. I was watching the messages on one of the adult entertainers account to this other lad, but Wootton was deleting them as they were firing out and coming back. He was deleting them as they were going along. Basically removing trace of any evidence. Ask if Wootton. Yes, Dan was doing it. Yeah, ask if he was destroying evidence on a rolling basis. The other outlet performer said he allowed Wootton to use his Facebook profile because he needed the easy money, and described seeing the now GB News star targeting 5 or 6 men from one account. He said he paid to use my Facebook account. I still had access to it as well, but I gave him my password, and then when I felt he'd had enough time, I'd changed the password. After a while, Dan messaged me, I've got a guy here, are you interested in coming down and filming it? So he's literally paying people to use their Facebook accounts and film people having sex. These people we used to meet. I don't know who they were. I think they were from Dan's circles, and the films were an attempt to get one up on them. Yeah, again, it goes back to this power thing. It's not so much a sexual thing, it's more a power trip, I think, with Dan Wootton. Having one up on them, being able to have something, some kind of hold over them. Maybe not even for the money, just knowing in his head that he's got something on people. Seems to be his modus operandi. So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we need to read any more into it. If I'm honest, I think we've got the gist of this. To be fair, I may cover it. I'll cover it in full in a video if people really want to. But yeah, I think you guys get the gist of it anyway. So, what are they saying? I think they're all just saying hello to each other in the chat, aren't they? Ginny Bottle, hello there. Roseanne, good to see you there. I think we said hello to Top Smoke and Chatty Rat. Duke Vengeance is here.
Yeah, Genie Bottle says straight out of the playbook for others well known for spreading hate disguised as news opinions. Dan just should go away, like the Russians. Just go away. Should have been go
away. But the mainstream media is not covering it as well. That's the other problem. Like, they're not talking about it. Like, they're trying to keep it kind of hush thing. That's why I dropped the video. What was it? Was it today or yesterday? The one I dropped. Because people weren't. Because obviously nothing was kind of happening mainstream, and I was just like, obviously not many YouTubers were talking about it because it's kind of like it's out there already, kind of thing. And I kind of wanted to rehash it, so maybe I'll drop another story on it next week, kind of just to rehash it, just to keep it in the conversation.
Yeah.
Good evening, Context.
Yeah, Benja says all short streams are usually exactly 1 Marcus hour long. Yeah. So Larry Cat, too right. They go. I left at 2 a.m. Still rabbiting on his Discord chat. Top Smoke says, "Where can I get repeats of Mr. and Mrs. on YouTube?" I don't know. YouTube, maybe. Don't know. I don't know if they do it on there. Marcus says, "I've got a bug." Is that what I have a bug? Is that like a medical bug or a computer virus? I hope you're okay, Marcus. Imagine you got all the kids. You still got grandkids around, so that'll probably be where all the bugs are coming from. Yeah, mostly about that Branning fellow is proper creepy, says Lefty Boater. Ben Shaw, media more bothered about poor Nige.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's annoying. That. Why do we listen to? Anyway, we'll get onto that.
Well, unfortunately, we are going to cover a little bit of it. Not so much him, but more something else. But it's not going away. This Dan story, and I just think he needs to just, the Mail have stopped publishing articles for him, but he's still on. As far as I'm aware, he's still talking on GB News. I think. Right. I mean, you guys can tell me in the chat if he's still covering it, if he's still doing his show.
I think he was still doing his show, yeah. I think
outrageous, absolutely
Twitter,
outrageous.
He's asking for people to send him money to fight it. So,
he's actually raised money as well. That's the worst thing. That's the most disgusting thing.
Yeah.
I think it's more wealthy people, influenced people close to him and giving him the money rather than individuals, like someone just chucking like a huge amount of money at him.
Yeah. Should we move on then?
Yeah, let's move on.
Okay.
So you guys might have heard this story from some other YouTubers as well. This one from The Guardian: Sunak and Hunt accused of damning UK PLC over the NatWest boss exit. So concerns raised over the anonymous briefing that triggered the early hour resignation of Diane Alliston Rose. The Prime Minister and the Chancellor have been accused of damning UK PLC and failing to follow due process amid concerns over anonymous briefings that triggered the early hours resignation of NatWest boss Dame Alison Rose. There is a real sense of disquiet that political pressure has led to midnight exit for such an important banking CEO and official at the CE regulator, the Financial Conduct Authority told The Guardian. They should have allowed due process. The comments were echoed by a Treasury source who described a sense of disbelief and frustration among banking bosses about the government's handling of the row, and by the Shadow Chancellor Rachel Reeves, who called out bullying attitudes towards Rose. The first woman to run a big UK bank, Rose was forced to quit in a row over the decision to close accounts held by former UKIP leader Nigel Farage at the exclusive private bank account Coutts, a subsidiary of NatWest. In a surprise to City observers, the announcement of the departure came at 1:29 a.m. on Wednesday. NatWest Chair Howard Davis has released a statement just before 6 p.m. on Tuesday expressing their support for Rose. However, from about 10 p.m. that night, newspapers began reporting sources close to Number 10 and the Chancellor saying that the government had serious concerns about her staying in post. The boards were forced to reconvene at 11 p.m. when it was agreed that Rose had to leave. It is understood that NatWest was in regular communications with the Treasury throughout the discussions, and that it was notifying of the board's original decision to back Rose before the statement endorsing her was released. There was no pushback from ministers or Treasury officials at that time, they added. The Guardian has been told there were a change in position only after the release of NatWest's statement, even though its contents had been discussed with officials, resulting in the Treasury putting in calls to the bank's board to voice its lack of confidence in Rose. Without support from its largest shareholder, the board reversed its decision. The turmoil reiterated on the stock market, with NatWest the biggest loser on the UK's FTSE 100 index on Wednesday, falling by 3.7%. That wiped more than 840 million from its value, including hitting the taxpayer's stake by about 320 million. The change in approach came as a shock to bank employees, given Rose's long list of government-backed accolades. She led stake reviews of female entrepreneurships and UK's energy efficiency. She was included in the 2022 honours list. However, on Wednesday, Rose was sacked by the government from the Female Entrepreneurship initially known as Rose Review. In an interview to be broadcast on Channel 4 on Wednesday, so today, recorded before Rose stepping down from the bank, Reeves defended her and attacked Treasury ministers, accusing the government of picking a fight with banks on behalf of Nigel Farage.
Mm.
Oh, God, I hate this. I hate this so much.
It's interesting. He's, who was it there? Pedler says thousands of Brits living in the EU lost their bank accounts due to Brexit. I didn't hear the hypocrite in chief moan about that at all. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. He moans about his own, his private bank, Coutts' private bank account. He was offered a NatWest account and he turned it down because he's a man of the people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you just can't have a bank with the people.
Yeah.
Can't have the same bank with the people, apparently.
Mm. There was, I think part of it was to do with it. That didn't she? I think she briefed somebody at the BBC that it was that the reason why his account was being shut down was because he was lower. He didn't have enough in the bank, basically.
Yeah, that was essentially the story, wasn't it?
But apparently that was a load of nonsense. That was her telling somebody at the BBC that, and it wasn't. It was because he basically didn't like him, and he wanted him gone from Coutts. Apparently, from what the stories I've read. So,
right.
But at the end of the day, it's a business. He was offered another account within the bank, so it wasn't like he would have no bank account at all. So he wouldn't have his private bank account. He said he tried to get into like 14 different other banks. None of them would take him, which totally gives you a good indication of how he's thought of in the banking industry. I mean, this is a guy who worked in finance, worked in the city. But yeah. Lefty Belter says, my hatred of this odious toad grows but day by day. Bring back milkshaking. Kendra's here. Good evening, Snowflake. Hi, Kenzie. One Angry Pagan's here. I think, just going back to it, I think I don't know why he gets so much coverage, because he's nobody really. He's not a politician anymore. He's he's a presenter on a third-rate, well, fourth-rate.
I've just seen this here on the article. This is absolutely infuriating. In a contrast to the position taken by Labour's shadow chancellor, the party's leader Keir Starmer expressed sympathy for Farage, saying NatWest had got this one wrong and it was right to Rose to go. In a radio phone-in on BBC Radio 5 Live, he asked if he felt sorry for Nigel Farage. Yeah, he shouldn't have had his personal details revealed like that. It doesn't matter who you are, that's a general rule, he said. I certainly don't think anyone should be refused banking service because of their political views, whoever they are.
I think. Well, I mean, he's got a point. He is the kind of she broke data protection rules, really GDPR, by passing information on that he didn't have enough money to keep an account.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which is pretty nasty, really. But I know that the all the governments, including New Labour, briefed newspapers on people's finances in order to discredit them or to make them look bad. I could give an example during the petrol crisis, sort of the farmers' petrol crisis. One of the leaders of the protests suddenly remarkably had all his financial details, how much money he owed and how much in debt he was, revealed to newspapers who then published it to try and discredit him. I wonder where that information came from. It's that sort of stuff happens all the time, but he's but she's chosen off her own back to do that, to brief the BBC on the fact that saying that he hasn't got enough money to keep an account. So she's broken the rules there. But I at the end of the day, he was offered another account. It wasn't like he wouldn't have another account anywhere. So
it's just because it's Nigel. I mean, obviously, we don't know. We don't know for certain if that's the case. Obviously, you've seen that. I've not seen that. But if it is true that was the case, then she's right in going. But at the same time, I'm just like, why did you say that in the first place? Is the question. Like, I understand you want to get rid of him. I understand that, but you've made him in the headlines for all the wrong reasons, and everyone's going to take his side if this is to be true, which is the worst thing about it, and it's going to put more questions about the banks and all this kind of stuff, and it's just you're just feeding into his narratives.
Yeah, go on.
I was just going to say, you're just giving him more attention than he needed. The best thing is to don't talk about him at all, which is exactly what we're doing. We're talking about him when we shouldn't be talking about him.
You shouldn't. Pendulum says he also cheered up a baker. He cheered for a baker who refused to bake a cake for some gay people since he doesn't like gay people either. Why is it a problem if a bank now decides against him? That's the thing, isn't it? It's one rule for them and one for other. More and more UK banks need to work in the EU. The banks based in the EU, and if UK banks have doubtful origin funds, as far as they won't be able to work in the EU, they're the real reason. It was listed actually. One of the reasons why one of his negative points was that his links to Russia, potential money laundering from that side. That was Zhao said that as well. And then on Top Smoke says, how did they launder the Russian money in the end? Was it through Aaron Banks, or did Boris bring it home in Ryanair and his beer gut? Oh, well, there's still that's still unknown. They claim that money went through from Aaron Banks, went through the Isle of Man, didn't come from Russia. So I don't know how far that would have to. Oh yeah, you have to investigate that to go back. Hail the Orb, says one angry pagan.
Hi Pagan, good to see you, buddy.
The pagan says, didn't the UK get rid of GDPR with Brexit? No, we've kept it. I think the UK was one of the writers of the GDPR rules, so one of the instigators of it. So the cat said, but I know he's defended that baker who refused to bake a wedding cake for gay wedding, but not when they're happy when a business refusing customers why small filing. Yeah. Letty Boter says, this is a good point. I thought he was into the free market. Yes.
Yeah, a free market outside the EU, guys. Free market outside the EU.
The business gets to choose what he wants. The free market economy.
A free market, like as in no rules at all. No rules at all. That's what they mean by free market.
Yeah. One angry pagan says, anyone think of realistic solutions to Farage and his help for future reference? And would it be true to say the left lack an orator we sorely need? It's difficult because, he's a populist. He's like Boris Johnson. Do we really want to go down that route on the left? You have got some very good orators like Sadiq Khan's very good. Mick Lynch is very good. The Great Manchester, what's his name?
Andy Burnham.
Andy Burnham's very good. Angela Rayner's very good. Some very good,
They are
Yvette
some good
Cooper.
talkers.
Even Ed Miliband is very good.
Miliband, yeah. It's just funny. It's just funny we don't have that Ed Miliband back in 2015.
Yeah.
What a difference they would have made, guys.
Right. Who else?
Shall we move on?
Yeah, I'm just reading and see if there's anything need to unite. Stop keeping fighting. Yes, Pendulous, you're right. We need to. The left does mainly need to unite, not stop fighting, because people are fighting over little things, which at the end of the day, the most important thing is that we get the Tories out, and get a progressive government in.
Online protections bill will make communications very quiet, says All Shorts. Starmer not so good, says Rosen. Yeah. Yeah, you guys know how I feel about Keir Starmer. I've made it pretty clear on my side. I can hear the sounds of a million tiny violins all playing, making plans for Nigel out of keys, says Genie. Bring back Miliband, says Bacon.
Yeah.
Oh, if only. Right, shall we go to Greece?
Yeah. Hang on. Yeah, we won't watch this because it was pretty horrific.
Yeah, we're just going to read a little bit into it, guys. So obviously, you guys are aware. I covered obviously some of it on Monday. Just some of it going on, but it's actually really expanded. So the Independent's got basically, this is a live update. So more than 40 people dead as Italy, Spain, and Portugal battle blazes. So this is spreading all throughout Europe here. Heatwave temperatures seek to peak across Europe today, exceeding 44 degrees Celsius in Greece.
Sorry.
It's all right.
I'm trying to get the text bigger. There we go.
So more than 40 people have been killed in Europe as wildfires engulfed more swathes of land on Wednesday, destroying homes and livelihoods and threatening nature reserves amid one of the fiercest heat waves ever. Thousands of firefighters worked to contain the blazes in part of Greece and 8 other Mediterranean countries, and an entire island of Rhodes was put into a state of emergency for 6 months. High temperatures and winds have created a perfect storm for allow fires to spread in Portugal, Turkey, Italy, France, Croatia, and Spain. Temperatures are expected to peak on Wednesday, exceeding 44 degrees Celsius in some areas of Greece. The Greece Prime Minister Kyriakos Mitsotakis, did I say that right?
Mitsotakis.
Mitsotakis, yeah. Thank God someone's here to pronounce it for me. All of us are standing ground in the face of what the entire planet is facing, especially the Mediterranean, which is a climate change hotspot. There is no magical defensive mechanism. A blaze in Rhodes prompted the biggest evacuation in Greek history, with more than 20,000 people forced to flee homes and hotels over the weekend, while around 2,500 people has already been evacuated from Corfu, which has been enduring dozens of blazes. So yeah, 9 countries burn against Europe and North Africa.
God.
Pretty horrible. Local media reports that winds are so strong in Croatia that firefighting aircraft could not take off, while wildfires have been reported in the south of the country. Fires in Spain continue to pose a problem for the following 2 weeks of extreme heat. I think it's supposed to be here, but it's supposed to be heat, with a blaze of Gran Canaria reaching just meters from air traffic Antique and prompting the evacuation of hundreds. It's a bit from an hour ago. Firefighters and civilians in Rhodes are contending with continuous flare-up fuels with unprecedented winds and temperatures near a scorching 40 degrees.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a nice bit here where there's a lizard was given water in the heartwarming moment. A good Samaritan doing that. That's one nice little thing. Needs something.
Thirsty do it, yeah.
Yeah.
God, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the climate change. How many videos have I done on climate change, guys? I've done way too many, obviously, but
yeah.
Yeah. Need to deal with it.
João, who's in Portugal, says the main road between Lisbon and the Algarve was blocked at Almodóvar, but it's getting controlled. Fly directly to Faro, it's better. Top Smoke says, I met Miliband in 2015 in the Marriott in Leeds. He was like a robot. Well, that was probably before he had some media training. That waterplane crash, yeah, it's horrendous. It kind of clipped the trees and part of the plane looked like it fell off, and obviously it just lost speed or power or whatever. Just crashed into the hillside. Killed the 2 Greek Air Force pilots. It's colder than usual here in Paris, says Kendra. Yeah, it's very cold and wet and miserable here in Stockport today. It has been for the last few weeks, to be honest. We had a nice day yesterday, but apart from that. Yeah.
Even we're having wild winds in the road because of the heat. Nice, isn't it, says Jow. Yeah, I hope you're okay, mate. I know, obviously, Max in Italy as well. I hope everyone who's in Europe who are going in these conditions, I hope you guys are all okay, in all seriousness. Yeah, looking after yourselves and that. And we just want everybody who's over there in roads, obviously, to get out safely, hopefully, as safely as possible. And, we just obviously we want the fires put out as quickly as possible, but the health and well-being of everyone out there is very important. There's obviously reports as well about people potentially not getting their refunds back from the holidays as well. I've read as well, seen some headlines as well, which is pretty shocking as well. I haven't covered any of it, but I have seen 1 or 2 articles of it. The reason I haven't covered it is in case they backtrack on it on that one, so that's for sure. But
yeah, what did I see then? Pedro says, please remember to hit the like and subscribe if you haven't. Yes, please do that. Please do that. Right, should we move on then?
Yes, to Ukraine.
Ukraine.
So you were mentioning before we've picked up this article. You were saying that they came quite a bit in Bakhmut.
I just saw a headline before that they'd Ukrainian truck. Do you want me to read this one?
Yeah, I think because I haven't heard this about Bakhmut.
So what they've been trying to do is find weak points, and they've been trying to regain Bakhmut after the Russians and the Wagner troops earlier in the year sort of fought tooth and nail to capture it. So Ukrainian trap annihilates Russian troops near Bakhmut. Kyiv infantry gains ground, poised to take the town of Klishchivka, south of Bakhmut. Ukrainian assault forces ambush Russian troops with artillery after luring them into a vulnerable position. This is from the Kyiv Post. Ukrainian troops are on the offensive in the eastern Bakhmut sector, used a military version of bait and switch to capture a key high ground and advance hundreds of meters towards a tactically important town, Ukrainian and Russian information sources said Wednesday. Ukrainian units tasked to capture and hold heights overlooking the town Klishchivka pushed Kremlin troops out of defensive positions, retreated intentionally, and then used drone-controlled artillery and mortar strikes to hammer counter-attacking Russian infantry units, attempting to reoccupy the entrenchments, report said. Leading Ukrainian military reporter Yuri Butasov in a personal Telegram channel comment said elements of the armed forces of Ukraine's AFU 80th Air Assault Brigade and the Interior Ministry's Lyut, Ukrainian for Rage, Assault Brigade executed the artillery ambush against elite paratroopers. We won't show that because it might be quite
no, I really should get Telegram because that's where they get a lot of this information from the officers via Telegram.
The Lyut Brigade posted a video of the Russian air assault troops driving straight into a hailstorm of howitzer shells and mortar rounds. Okay, well, we won't watch that. Butasov quoted Russian mill bloggers confirming video evidence of close to a dozen Russian paratroopers dying or becoming severely wounded in the space of a few minutes. The Russian air assault unit went on a counter-attack on the outskirts of Klishchivka, where elite Nazi attack aircraft of Azov. What? This is from a Russian military blogger. A Ukrainian unit in the vicinity. Another brigade of the armed forces of Ukraine are breaking through. Russian troopers are ambushed, and even though outnumbered and outgunned, managed to repel the enemy attack to the end. So we just have a quick look. Have a look at the. We haven't looked at it for a while.
Yeah, you can look at the map. I'm just looking at
deep state map.
While you do it, I'm just looking, guys. Obviously we're not going to show it, but I'm just looking at one of the ambush. It was a pretty decisive ambush by Ukraine. The camera it was quite far away from when it was shown, but if you go to that link in the description, you can have a look at it yourself. Obviously, we're not going to show you the clip.
I'm trying to find Bakhmut. Oh, there we go. Right, okay. So you can see. Just let me bring that both up.
No, don't worry, Joe. We're not playing the videos.
No, we won't be playing the videos. No,
don't you worry. No. But if you guys want to see them yourselves, you can click the article in the description, guys, and have a look yourselves.
So you can see. Yeah. So the green areas are where the Ukrainians have retaken parts. So it looks like they're kind of going around the outsides. And the blue area is where the current fighting is, or it's in flux at the moment. So that's from today at 2:30. But you can see mainly there, also along the south there, the Ukrainians are pushed back. There's a lot of fighting going on for these for the sort of across the river. Is it here? Or is it here? The Dnieper, yeah. They're trying to basically get a land, trying to like a bridge, land, like a foothold on the south side. But there's this fierce battle.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, what happened was that during the time where there's all the talk of a counterattack, it gave the Russians time while the Ukrainians were building up their troops and their capabilities. Gave the Russians chance to reinforce their defences and dig in, basically, and so it's made it.
The dam blowing, obviously.
That didn't help. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Should we move on from that one then?
Yeah, we'll move on from that. Obviously, they still look quite a ways from Bakhmut from looking at it on there as well. So, but they are making gains. So,
yeah. A lot of talk in the chat about climate change and how it'll affect people. Yeah.
Not surprised.
Tom Nelson says recovering back will be a slap in the face for Putin. Very embarrassing. Could be deadly. Yeah.
How do you adapt to 44 degrees? There's no air to breathe in, says Ben. Oh God, yeah. I mean, even when that one day we had here in the UK last year when it was like 38, like even I struggled to breathe just walking down to the shops. I mean, that was 38. And I mean, in India, was it India? I think it got as high as 44 to 48. Yeah, it's not good, guys. No. It's not good.
Okay. So we're going on to something a bit more cheerful. So
yes, let's go for something.
This is one you found.
Yeah, something completely stupid, but you got to play it right from the start.
Is it from the start? Hang on.
I know we might have given it away. So we're just going to play the video and just let you guys.
He says it there. Domino's driver, pizza delivery driver tries a wheelie.
Domino!
Oh, and then he fell over.
Sorry, guys. There will be no pepperoni pizza tonight for you guys.
Your pepperoni pizza will look like a sloppy
or for some of you, your pineapple pizza.
Yeah.
That's a very old video, very old clip, but I saw it and I was just like, yeah.
It was very old. That God, I didn't realize that old. It's like 2016.
I'm sure he's long out. I'm sure he's working for Papa John's right now, doing deliveries for them as we speak, guys. Doing wheelies for them now, but it's pretty hilarious to see. Just to see him fall over. Just to see someone doing that, it's just hilarious to say the least.
Right. Okay. So this one is more.
So it's a nice little good story. Not you know how I love with the nice animal stories. So, there is actually a video you can play as well if you guys want. But a grey whale seeks human assistance in the video to have parasites picked off its head. In a vast temperature of nature, there is a rare, profound moment when wild animals cross paths with humans, seeking their assurances in times of dire need. When wild animals beseech us for help, they want us to step into our roles and protect us as stewards of the natural world. A capturing video has emerged, capturing a heartwarming interaction between a grey whale and a whale-watching captain in Mexico. The footage initially shared on Facebook in March showed a remarkable moment in which the whale actively seeks assistance from the captain to rid its head of parasites. Recorded by a passenger aboard the whale watching boat operating in the Ojo de Libre Lagoon located along Mexico's Pacific coast on the Baja Peninsula. The video unveils a scene of profound connection. The grey whale approached the boat, allowing Paco, the captain, to remove the waste slice from its head. The onlookers aboard the vessel are filled with amusement and laughter as they witness the extraordinary encounter. The whale remains closed for a considerable period, allowing Franco to dignitely clean its head while gracefully swirls around. Paco, an experienced whale watching captain with 2 decades of experience in the field, shares insight into his unique encounter with the grey whales. According to him, it took a while for the whales to develop a sense of comfort and trust around them before he could remove lice from their bodies. Recalling his initial one-on-one encounter with a whale, Paco said, "Once I removed the first one, she approached again so I could continue doing so." The interaction was pivotal, establishing a connection that allowed Paco to engage in repeated lice removal sections in the same whales and others. Whale lice, external parasites commonly found in skin, litters, nostrils, and the eyes of whales, serve as a unique purpose in the ecosystem. Oh my god!
They look like crabs, aren't they?
Oh my god!
Like crabs. These
tiny organisms consume algae on the whale's body and feed on flaking skin, offering nature's cleaning for marine animals. Mark Cowis, a British zoologist and world version of the region, shed light on the relationship between the grey whales and their lice. Cowis explains that grey whales have a complex love-hate relationships with these parasites. Due to their sensitive skin, thousands of lice clinging tightly or moving along with their sharp and curved claws can be highly discomforting for the whales. The sensation caused by the whales loose grabbing onto the one's finger have been likened to tiny pinpricks, illustrating the potential discomfort the whales may experience. Do you want to scroll right down? I think it's right to the video. I'm pretty sure there wasn't, when I watched it, there wasn't any music, so it should be okay.
There we go. Right, yeah. So it's a bit, see if we can just shrink it down. Taking up all the full screen there. There we go.
It's a sound. But yeah, you can see him doing it.
Oh, he's there.
She lags.
Loves it.
Oh my god. Come here, baby.
Some more.
I think it does like that.
Yeah. Let's get some more.
Yes, one more. One more. Thank you. Okay. Go away.
Did you just...
How awesome is that?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I love that he gestured it to come back, let me get rid of the rest. It comes back. It's just that's cool. You don't especially with an animal like that, it's just an extraordinary moment.
Yeah.
I thought that was a nice one to share, guys.
Yeah. After a long day, this is great, says Show. That was a great video. Yeah. Lovely video.
It's a nice one, yeah. So whales, save the whale lice or not, says Simon says. I'm not sure. That's a good question.
The whale lice. Oh, well, there's probably millions of the whale lice, isn't there?
There is probably, yeah. I'm pretty sure they probably maybe they release it into the water later on or something, maybe, potentially. I don't know. But as I said in the video, it's a love-hate relationship they have with them. So,
okay, lots of chat about the put the story about the 700 million UK spending to build a railway in Turkey. I haven't seen that, so I don't know. I'd have to have a look at that. But we've got plenty of other stuff to talk about, so or to go through. Right, we're going to do the Atlanta man.
Yeah.
There's another one of yours.
Yeah, this is you guys gotta get a laugh out of this one. Okay, so I'm gonna give one bit away. Okay, so obviously there is one. The only negative about this video is the lady you see right next to the man there. She does have her phone stolen, but which is terrible, obviously. But the actual, if you watch the whole thing, you'll just be stunned at what happens. So if you play the video,
Okay, I'm just trying to get to a size that I can.
Wait till you try to get the video. I recommend putting the sound on as well. There's no music. Because then it would
on YouTube.
Yeah. Oh,
goddamn bloody video.
It's just basically the logistics is that the guy tries
what
to
would happen if you actually sat
rob a nail salon, and it does not go technically to plan. So.
Okay, can I skip that? Let's go. Right, okay, hang on, I'll go back to the beginning. Okay.
Everybody get down! Give me all your money! It's got the pockets! Give me all your money!
A would-be robbery doesn't go quite
I
as
can't hear it on
planned
my end, Lee.
when a suspect
You can't.
storms into a nail salon demanding money, but no one
playing.
reacts to his threats.
Jack, can you guys hear the sound?
Where's the money?
It's not the same. But if
Security
you can't hear the
video
sound,
shows what
I've
happened
got
on
a
July
feeling I
2nd
know
in
why you
Atlanta,
can't hear it,
Georgia,
but hopefully
when a
the
suspect walked
everybody
into
is
the Nail
playing.
First salon. The man calls for everyone to get down and hand over all their money.
Everybody get down!
if you watch
Give
the
me all
video,
your
you can
money!
see.
It's got the pockets! Give me all your money!
But instead of
he
giving
can't
up
see
their
he's got a
valuables,
gun.
customers
He's just
and
like got a,
employees don't react at all.
sounds
Okay,
good.
you
The
guys got
salon's
sound.
owner
Okay.
even answers a phone call rather than interact with the suspect.
Yeah! Where's the money?
One woman does react, though. Video shows her stand up and put her hands out. The suspect then snatches up her cell phone.
Give me the money! Where's the money? Everybody give me everything!
As the woman steps outside, the suspect screams for the others to hand over their money.
Where's the money?
But the customers still refuse to react or give up their belongings. Defeated, the suspect appears stunned before turning around and walking out of the shop.
Now he's realised. Why am I doing this?
Nobody cares. Gives you money.
Video shows the suspect
Do you know what would have been the
passed by
best
the
part
woman
if
whose
you give
phone
the
was
phone
just
back to the lady and say, you know what,
stolen
I'm just going to
before
leave it
she
for today.
re-enters the salon.
Oh.
He goes back in.
Yeah, she goes back in and sits down. Like,
Officials say the
everything's normal.
suspect drove
literally
off
goes
in
back
a
in and sits down like
silver-colored
everything's
sedan.
normal.
Right now, authorities are still searching
No, this is
for
not
him.
a British nail salon,
Anyone
number
with
3,
more
I'm afraid not.
information is
No.
asked to
Only
contact
in
the
America
Crime
you will
Stoppers.
only in
Reporting
America
for
you will see
Long Crime
something like
Network,
that.
I'm
But
Yeah. Hopefully we don't get a content strike.
well, he might well he should have pulled his gun out. Well, he might not even had a gun. He might
probably
have
didn't
pretended
have.
to one.
He would if he had a gun. He would have pulled it out of the bag. As simple as that.
Would have pulled it out
Would
the
have
back.
shown that he had a gun. The people would have taken him seriously. But yeah.
But yeah, so the moral of the story is, guys, a nail salon is not the best place to do a robbery.
Yeah.
That's the moral of that story, guys. So
Okay. This is Ginger Josh says, I lived in Atlanta. This is just a normal day in the city.
oh, that's okay then. Okay, good to know. Okay, so if you're going to a nail salon in Atlanta, expect these crazy people to say, "Give me your money" and all that, and just ignore them.
Yeah. I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna fix the audio so you can hear it, Regan. So I've realised I didn't change one of the settings before we started, which is why it's not working. But hopefully, we'll play the video. So just a little video here before we carry on.
Before granting you
That's the point
citizenship
I'm
to the
making,
United
starting
Kingdom,
in
you must
America.
first pass this
Okay,
British
well, yeah,
citizenship
we'd have
test.
to have a place.
Sorry, you're talking over the top of it. You can't hear
Sorry.
it, but
Right, go on.
go on. All right.
Before granting you citizenship to the United Kingdom, you must first pass this British citizenship test. Question 1. The Premier League is the showcase of which English popular sport?
Diving.
Correct. What is Britain's most popular pastime?
Queuing.
Name the area with the highest British population density.
Tenerife.
What is the current sterling conversion rate?
About 1 goal in every 10 games.
England won the World Cup in 1966, beating West Germany.
Was that a question?
No, I just wanted to remind you. What is Scotland's national dish?
Deep fried Mars bar.
When was the War of the Roses?
Last Christmas when Cadbury's reduced the size of the tin.
International relations with Jordan were at an all-time low when?
When she split with Peter Andre?
Name the two great Manchester rivals.
Liam and Noel.
Pronounce this Welsh word.
Cat Air Ein.
Zeta
Jones.
Correct. Which tunnel separates Britain from mainland Europe?
Tunnel vision.
What noise do politicians in the House of Commons make? Correct. What did England win in 1966 beating West Germany?
The
World Cup.
Correct. We beat them 4-2. Which British mail was responsible for misleading the public over Brexit?
The Daily Mail.
And the last question, how would I get myself an Irish passport?
What?
Doomed up.
Thank you very
The most pressing question in
it's a
England. at the
Very
moment.
old one, but I was just thought,
Britain.
just like, yeah,
How to get an Irish
nice one.
passport.
Yeah.
Deep fried Mars bar.
We didn't get the answer, guys. We did not get the answer of how to get an Irish passport. That was the
No.
worst part of that video. Shameful, guys. Absolutely shameful.
Darian Dastar, hi Darian, says, so a man with a possible gun that may or not be loaded goes into a nail salon where every woman has nails sharpened like knives. He hasn't thought it through.
Oh, well done, Darren. That's got to be the comment of the day. That is brilliant. I never even thought like that. That is brilliant.
Brilliant.
Well thought comment. That is brilliant comment. Oh.
Yeah.
Was
So
it like Meg from Family Guy, where she had that episode of superheroes where her nails get sharp,
right.
and she has sharp nails as opposed to Wolverine, obviously. With
Oh
his,
right.
if you guys know Family Guy, you'll know the reference. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you remember last week, we did went through some Twitter stuff. So we'll just go through these again. So I got some funny ones this week. So this one is just like stupid. This is Daily Express showing how stupid it is. Prices must drop now. Inflation has fallen. Showing
That's
how
not
it doesn't
not how it works, Daily Express. But good, thanks for telling us.
showing how it doesn't understand how inflation works. Yes, exactly. Oh dear. Yeah. So that's that one. Then another Ryanair one, because Ryanair have been up to good. National Archives said we've got a more generous baggage allowance than Ryanair. And Ryanair so put enough room for you, National Archives and British Museum, to take home souvenirs and claim them as your own. Brilliant. That is just excellent. Excellent. Brilliant
Nice
trolling
shot.
there. Yeah.
Oh, nice shot. Nice shot.
I thought this was funny. I feel sorry for Netflix era kids who will never know the high stakes adrenaline of running to the bathroom, fridge, bedroom in a single ad break with a beckoning call of a signaling screen. It's on! Before to send you hurdling over furniture to get back in time. Someone said, couldn't you just pause it? I was like, oh my sweet summer child. Oh dear, these kids these days don't know how.
No, you couldn't just pause it because
TV
some of them.
work.
Because back in my day, yeah, you couldn't pause it unless you were recording it on your DVD or VCR.
Even if you did it on your VCR, you had to wait until the end of the program to rewind it. Otherwise, you'd lose what you recorded.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
dear.
no, you couldn't just pause it back then.
No.
Could
Just
not just pause it.
number 3 says, I hate Ryanair, don't fly with them. Yeah, okay, they're not everybody's cup of tea, but they do some good tweets, and just to prove it is a good one.
They are cheap as chips, though. That's the problem. So,
Yeah. No context Brits saying, me watching European heatwave from the UK, like in drizzly rain, and Ryanair says, shouldn't have left Europe then.
Oh,
Harsh burn.
that
Sick
is
burn,
such a
I
cold
think is what
burn.
it's called.
Ryanair, how dare you mock us? How dare you mock us?
Oh dear. This one I thought was funny. Huge weekend for her, Barb Heimer. Did you get it? Because
No,
because the Barbie movie and Oppenheimer both came out last week, and the weekend they call it
right.
Barbenheimer.
God, that fell flat for me. You guys got it in the chat, and I'm like, Regan, what's wrong with you? Have you been paying attention? No, I have not watched the Barbie movie. I know Colin from Portsmouth have. I have not watched it yet, guys.
The left about keeps saying,
says, have you seen Aldi's Twitter?
we haven't. I forgot to do it this week. I should have done, but yeah. I don't know if you saw.
Make a note.
Yeah, going on to back to the football theme from last week. The sort of non-league pre-season football. There was the I don't know if you saw during the week there was there was a scenario where during a match, some people drove a hearse into the middle of a pitch, to the middle of a football pitch. Don't know if you've seen it.
I think you showed me
The
it.
show is that was. I'm
You
sure.
might have showed us that on a weekend or something. Was that on the? You showed that on Comedy Night, didn't you? To us?
Did I? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, on Comedy Night.
You can show if you got it ready. You can show.
I haven't got it ready. I haven't got it ready. This is the thing I was expecting people to say. So basically, I think it was Gateshead FC were having a pre-season friendly, and two hearses drove onto the pitch. One just kind of stopped. The other one sort of did donuts, then drove, and then they all got out of one of them, got into the other one, and drove out the pitch. Basically, crashed through the gates. And there's like they've arrested 4 people for it. They kind of dug up the pitch. It's a bit of a shame because it's like pre-season, right before the start of the season. Nice, perfect pitch in the middle of summer, and they've now got tyre tracks all over it. But yeah, so Gate was it another Blythe Spartans? I think put a note on there signed. No hearses allowed on the gate.
Oh dear,
it's a long setup.
That'll stop them. That'll stop them.
Yeah,
no
yeah.
hearses
Just in
allowed.
case.
That'll stop them.
Thanks for clarifying. The Blythe Spartans, yeah. Then this one's just for you, Regan. Aldershot Town FC, comfortable victory against mid-table Premier League opposition. Full-time. Aldershot Town 3, Chelsea 1.
Okay, that's nice. Just to confirm, I'm not a Chelsea supporter anymore. But if you guys want to throw banter Chelsea crap at me, you're more than welcome to. But yep.
And then there was, last week there was a thing about the about the
good night context.
Oh, good night context. Oh, good night. There was that tweet about, I think it was Rochdale, where the guy, the ball, somebody shot, it went over, hit the back of the stand, and then knocked somebody's pint over, and the guy was fuming.
Yeah. I think he said about that before.
In that one, that was the last week we showed that one. This one's from a bit of a classic from sort of the end of last season, but here's a throwback to when this Elgin City support was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Just like the ball not completely knocked over his. Well, he looks like his pie in his hand he's about to eat is going for, and coffee everywhere, just all over his shirt and everything. But what I love about this one,
he looks more. I'm not bothered, He's
literally just having it pushed. He's literally, somebody took that picture at the exact moment where the ball just knocked out of his hand. Yeah. But what gets me is the woman at the side with the "Stop in the name of love" kind of motion for it. Just I don't know. Just really, really tickles me, that one.
We could have funeral car races. That would make the TV rating system number 3.
Hearse racing.
We could do that. Yeah,
it must be a thing. Hearse racing, gotta be. I mean, they had caravan racing and camper van racing and bus racing, double-decker bus racing.
Darren says winner gets a free crematation if the car explodes.
Yeah. Have we got what else in the chat? Is everything? I think that is everything. Look, it's 59. We've literally finished on the dot. Did you want to have a look? There was a thing about the UFO.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any like. Obviously, guys, there's obviously trending. Obviously, what's happening in America right now with the is it U.S. Congress hearing over the
UAPs? They call them the unidentified aerial phenomenon. So I'm just looking now on what we've got on that.
Yeah, while you do that, I'm just going to remind everyone that this is a UFO here, because it seems to react to my fingers, which is definitely not human. This should not be happening in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah,
guys.
I can't actually find.
I don't know how it does that, but it does. Just Stop Oil's new tactics, says 91 Leeds. Oh, are they aliens? Is that what you're saying? Is there a connection there that I don't know about? No, probably not. I did see a horrible video of someone chucking bucket of water from a story building on top of them as they were peaceful protesting. Which is, I think,
where was that?
I honestly can't remember it, guys, but it was absolutely disgusting. Good night, Kia. Have a great week, yeah, buddy.
Yeah,
take care.
I can't find anything. There's lots of just little clips of the hearing. So
well, we'll have a look in the. We'll have a nose around the on the Discord, guys. Yeah. Let me just, guys. Thank you. Do you want to just put in the link for the Discord while I just do the outro? But we do have one more video for you guys before you guys go home to bed, or maybe you guys are going to do a late nighter like some of you did yesterday on Max's Discord. But but guys, thank you guys so much for coming along today. Thank you for watching. If you guys can, before on your way out, hit the like button. It'd be greatly appreciated. If you can, share across other social media platforms, which helps support the channel. And if you can, hit the bell notification icon so you'll be notified of when we go live. And also, if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. It really would help. Also helps to support the channel as well. I know I have currently over just roughly 140 subscribers on my channel. So it would be nice if those 40 lot could come and subscribe here. That would be greatly appreciated if you haven't already, guys. And we at the moment we do a show every Wednesday 9 p.m. UK time, although we will be taking breaks every couple of months in between just to kind of recharge our batteries for the show. Also, guys, if you don't know, we just mentioned it a few times, we have a Discord community which is completely free. You guys are welcome to join. I have a bot that runs a server that posts lots of great YouTubers that do fantastic content, not just my work, not just here on the Snowflake show, but lots of other great YouTubers. And also we cover some news and politics as well on there. And we do host games night on every Saturday. We've also done movie nights, comedy nights, and music night once a month as well. So there's lots of activities going on there. And we also have an events tab as well, so you'll know what's going on out in the YouTube world, like who's going live. Like Max is going live on Tuesday and Friday, for example, or Phil on Saturday, or we've got games night on Saturday, just to confirm. So all that kind of stuff going on the server, and it's completely free to join, easy to download and use via a mobile app if you guys are watching on your phones. Also as well, if you haven't already, if some of you happen to not be a subscriber to my YouTube channel, I have my own channel which have lots of content as well. So you guys obviously are doing a live stream every Monday 9 o'clock as well. So if you guys want to come and join me on the Snowflake viewpoint, you're also more than welcome to join me there as well. I think we've got everything covered, Lee.
Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't. After show chat as well. I'll put a link in there so you can, I'll put it in again just in case anybody doesn't see it. Darren the Star says, by the way, Snowflake show is growing. More people are subscribed. More people are watching every time I log in. We're like the people who found it Bitcoin, but nicer and more intelligent. There you go. Thank you. Thanks everyone for coming. Thanks to everybody saying good night to each other. So good night, everybody.
Take care, everyone.
And,
look after yourselves as always. Stay positive. Be strong. Don't let what's happening in the world bring us down, guys. Always want to try and bring some positivity. Whenever we can for you guys.
Stay tuned because we've still got stuff to come. So we've got we'll leave you out with the a classic from Colin from Portsmouth.
It's quite a fitting one considering what's happening on Twitter. As well.
Right. Take care. See you next week.
Good night, guys.
Colin from Portsmouth is on the line. Hello, Colin.
Disgusted, Anthony. Absolutely disgusted with what Elon Musk has done to Twitter.
Well, I didn't know you're on Twitter, Colin.
Oh, I go on to see what people like me are thinking so that I can think the same thing. But it's gone massively downhill since that bloke took over.
I thought you'd be in your element, Colin, with this new Twitter.
Everyone on there agrees with me now. It's terrible.
Right.
I post something provocative that I haven't thought through and don't believe anyway. And instead of people pointing out that I'm a bigot, I get a load of morons nodding their heads. What kind of social media platform's that?
But isn't it about owning the libs, Colin?
But once you've owned them and they've left to masturbate or whatever
Mastodon.
it is.
Mastodon.
Yeah, whatever. Then you've got nothing more to eat, have you? If you don't grow wheat, Anthony, you don't have bread in the winter. And what Elon Musk has done has bought $44 billion worth of Hovis White Slice and said, here you are, lads, stick that in the fridge and when it's gone, it's gone.
Who puts bread in the fridge?
I am begging you, Musk, put Twitter back to how it was. If I wanted to hear people that agreed with me, I'd stay at my local.
Well, you're banned from your local.
Also begging you, Elon Musk, unban me from my local.
Yeah.
Anyway, Anthony, thanks for having me on. Love to the family.
Love to the family, Colin. Love to the family.
I like Sunbuck 69 though, she can stay.
Yeah, I think she might be a porn bot, Colin.
That's a shame, we've had some lovely chats.
Bobcat Gallery sell affordable art. They got
どうしたの？
トールさんが避ける組咲いてる時の顔が好き。
そう？
もっと長く見てたいな。
あー。
long, long.
危ないねあの人。
避ける組対長い避ける組。
キリンさんが見てテナガザル。こっちはゾウさんだ。
ちーちゃんは長いのが好きなんだね。
別に意識してるわけじゃないけど。
気のせいか。
あー。
long, long.
前にも言ったねあの長い人。
避ける組対長い避ける組。